Brotherhood is about two brothers, of course, like the title, Ebai and Eno, and it is set in German colonial Cameroon. So you have Ebai who has very deep hatred for the Germans, and you have Eno who, on the other hand, admires the Germans despite everything they do during their colonial administration. So you have the peak of this ideological clash. The ideological clash reaches a peak when Eno decides to join the Schutztruppen, that's the German colonial army. Why did I choose Ebai and Eno? Well, Ebai and Eno, those are Bayangi names, and Nsanakang is by Mamfe. It shares boundary with Nigeria, and the people who live there are predominantly, they are Bayangi people. So it was just some deductive reasoning on my part. No, unfortunately no. I couldn't choose a name from my region from my place of birth, that's Nso, because Nso people are very far. I mean, they're in the northwest region, the grasslands, and during the colonial era, the few Nso people you could have in such a place, they should have been transported by the Germans over, because the Nso people defended their land against the Germans, resisting them. I choose to explore Nsanakang because it's a place you don't really hear about, you know. The only time I ever heard of Nsanakang in my life, it was in college while doing history. That's World War I, and we were just told it's the place where you had the bloodiest battle of World War I. So, that was the main reason. Even though during my research I didn't find anything, and I unfortunately couldn't find people who could give me answers related to Nsanakang. Not really. It's just this idea that came to mind one day, and I was like, okay, yeah, it'd be fun to tell the story of Nsanakang. Like I said, it's the place where you had the bloodiest World War I battle, a place that's literally been forgotten to date. When you type Nsanakang on Google, all you have is a World War I battle, that's all. And the story is essentially fiction because I created Ebai and Eno. The part that is not fiction about it is World War I, of course, where we had the British fighting the Germans in Cameroon to push them out and conquer the territory. As far as lessons are concerned, I would say it's more about teaching people to be their brother's keeper and never giving up on them, and also about forgiveness. The original title of the story was Nsanakang, actually, but I was advised by the editorial team to give a different title, something which audiences will easily resonate with. So I chose Brotherhood. But I choose Brotherhood while maintaining Nsanakang because it's some sort of homage to the place. Why didn't I make it two sisters, like a sisterhood? Well, Nsanakang is known for World War I, and we don't have any records of women going to the war front during World War I. The collaboration was smooth. Of course, there were moments where I had to redirect the artist because what he drew was not really in the spirit of the era. We had to get references of World War I, so at times you insert something which didn't really exist, and I'll be like, my guy, no, we did not have this in Cameroon in 1914 or 1915 or 1916. So we had to do that extensive research to come up with that. But the collaboration was smooth. In the upcoming episodes, expect a lot of war. Of course, it's set in World War I. Expect a lot of anger, a lot of pain. Well, like I always say with my stories, expect an emotional roller coaster. Of course, what more do you expect from two brothers on deadly opposite sides of a battle?